So when the road gets really, really hard, if the sacrifice that you have given up to achieve whatever it is the road is leading to is deciding how hard road you can walk. So now investing in yourself is in a way commitment, because everybody understands what it means to invest financially in something.
Welcome to the CEO DNA, the podcast where we decode what it really takes to lead, perform, and to build with purpose. Today's guest isn't just someone who trains bodies. He builds true warriors. From a small town in post-communist Poland to a founding of the Reebok-backed gym in Spain and now running a global fitness empire out of Dubai. Rafael Motloch has turned discipline into lifestyle and coaching into a true movement. He's the founder of Primal Fitness, the creator of the Primal Fit app, and one of the loudest voices in the space of fitness meets performance. With over 170,000 followers watching his every move, Rafael coaches high performers and men across the world to become stronger mentally, physically, and professionally. But this conversation isn't just about reps, routines, or fitness. It's about identity, leadership, and the price of staying on top. From burnout to biohacking, from gym floors to digital scale, Rafael's journey is a raw lesson in what it takes to become unbreakable. Let's get into it. Welcome, Rafael. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm amazing. How are you?
Very good. Yeah, what a journey. And especially you've been in Poland, in Sweden, in Spain, and now in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
So what is for you a good DNA of a CEO? So what for characteristics does a good CEO has?
So first of all, before you can lead anybody else, whether you're a CEO or you're a family father or you're a surgeon, general, whatever you are that puts you in a leading position, you have to be able to lead yourself. So if you cannot get yourself to do the things that you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing them, you will never be able to lead anybody in any right way. So it always starts with you. So you see, life is your life, my life, and everybody else's life is where it is just because of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to improve your life, you have to start always by the only one thing that you have fully control over, and that's yourself.
Yeah, very nice and interesting, especially because you had the chance to work with so many CEO, entrepreneurs, business founders, and also people who really change their life dramatically when you see that people loses weight, when they become fit and actually also confident. What do you see is a most characteristics that they really change?
Self-belief.
Wow.
Self-belief. Okay. Definitely. Everything starts with self-belief, right? So if you're a businessman, at some point you had an idea in your head that you would like to start doing your business, right?
Right.
You took action on it. You started it. You were hoping it's going to work, but you didn't really believe, right? So everything starts with hope first. You hope it's going to work, but you decided that you're going to try it. And you start taking the steps. And as you get along on your journey, you start going from hope to belief, because you realize that the thing that was just in your head is now suddenly becoming alive in reality. So belief comes in.
Interesting.
And when that thing starts going to where you want it to go, that means starts paying off, starts actually being a business, now you start being sure that it's going to work. And that is when the second gear comes in. So hope is just you getting into the machine and starting it. Belief is you starting slowly to drive. But when you realize that, okay, this is actually going to work, that is when you start actually pushing in the race. And that is when you start going all in. And for your mind to realize that you can do absolutely anything, the first step to that is to fix your body. And why is that? Because mind and body live together. The mind lives in the body cannot function without the mind. They are one. We have managed to separate them. But they are actually one thing. They are different parts of one mechanism that is you. So an unhealthy body can never have a healthy mind. And a healthy mind can never have an unhealthy body. That means if you are out of shape in your body, you are out of shape in your mind. And now what do I mean by saying in shape or saying out of shape? Just because you are a good businessman and you are rich doesn't mean that your mind is feeling amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You might be amazing in that little part of your life, but business and money, that's just one thing. But everybody who isn't feeling that they are maxing out every single part of their life or losing out on parts of their life, right?
Yes.
So now how do you make a change in your life? So for something to change in your life, you have to start changing the way you think, the way you believe, the way you see, the way you operate. Now, to change something in your mind, it's very hard to grasp where do I start? Because the mind is vast. We don't see it. It exists, but we don't see it. So it's very hard to decide, okay, this is exactly the steps I need to do to start changing my mind, right? That's why we have psychologists and so on. But even with all the help in the world, nobody knows your brain 100%, and definitely not we. But the body is very easy. It's very easy. Like, if your hand moves up and down, you can see it, you can feel it, you can decide it. I'm moving it up and down. I'm moving it back and forward. So to start making a change, the absolute easiest thing you can do is to just start moving your body. And when you start doing that, because there is not a man on the planet, if he isn't in full self-denial, that don't want to be happy about their body. And that doesn't mean that you have to have a six-pack, but you have to be happy about how you look, right? So if you start building your body and start actually being happy with the way you look, you start realizing that, damn, if I could change this, maybe I can change this. Maybe I can change the way I am as a father also. Maybe I can change the way I am as a husband. Maybe I can change the way I lead my team. So everything starts with you.
Interesting. And would you say also that maybe some of your clients also in a previous where you had still a lot of also one-on-one clients that they actually would like to be trained by you because you believe in them more than actually they believe themselves in it? Maybe there's hope, but not the belief
Definitely. So you see, you have to achieve something hard.
Right.
Is this how hard thing you can achieve is decide on one thing. How much sacrifice have you put in to achieve it? Right? So when the road gets really, really hard, if the sacrifice that you have given up to achieve whatever it is the road is leading to is deciding how hard road you can walk. So now investing in yourself is in a way commitment, because everybody understands what it means to invest financially in something, right? So if you invest financially in yourself, sure, it's very important that the coach believes in you. But your financial investment make you stay dedicated even if you don't believe, even if the coach don't believe, you have financially invested. And now, everybody who is a businessman knows one thing. If I invest money, I want the highest ROI possible back. Right?
Right.
So if you invest money, you will stick it out even when you want to give up. Because if everything fails you, if your belief, your hope, your dedication, your motivation, your coach, your family, everybody fails you, at least the financial part is going to keep you on the track.
Right.
Because I invested the money. I might as well be getting something for it.
Nice.
Understand?
We met on a weekend and you gave me the sign that kind of you took everything away what gives pleasure to you. So you like to live in the non-comfort zone, outside the comfort zone. Is that correct? And why is that the case?
It's maybe not the word that I like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I like to be comfortable, but it doesn't take me nowhere to be comfortable. So it's not that I like being uncomfortable. I mean, nobody likes being uncomfortable.
So what you do to be uncomfortable? Ice baths in the morning, I learned.
Ice baths in the morning, it's a big thing. Ice baths in the morning. So let me just answer your question. Yeah. So your question was that I took away everything that gives me pleasure. So for example, I have right now decided that I am going to do a transformation. So I am going to start a new journey. Now for every journey you want to do, you need three things. You need a destination. So you need to know where do you want to end up on this journey. You need a vehicle to take you, and you need gasoline to fuel the vehicle up, right? Now, what is gasoline? Gasoline is pain and sacrifice. That is those two things only that can fuel your tank, right? As a man, that's the only two things. If something makes you angry, you will take action. And if you sacrifice, you will continue taking action, right? So now let's say like this. You have 5 things that give you pleasure in life. Can you give me 5 things that give you pleasure? It can be the smallest thing. It can be drinking a coffee. Give me 5.
I like matcha tea, for example. I actually like to go to the gym and certain things like this. Yeah.
Give me 3.
Spending time with my family, of course. I like good food. to visit new places.
Okay, so you like travel,
Yes.
family, coffee, gym,
Yes.
and
What was the first one? Gym, I said already. Spending time with my family.
gym, family,
Matcha tea, but yes, exactly.
gym, and there was
Gym,
one more thing.
what else? I'll tell you something new I like. Let's say talk good conversations, learning, self-development. I think I actually addicted to always getting a little bit better, if that makes sense.
That's a good thing. So let's say like this. You would never want to stop learning and evolving yourself, so you cannot take away that. You will never want to be out of shape, so you cannot take away that. You would never want to spend less time with your family, so you don't take away that, right? Because that's things that are very important in life. But if you would sacrifice your matcha and you would sacrifice your travel, okay? So let's say like this. You are on a new journey and you want to reach a new destination, right? You need fuel. Okay, and you say like this. I am not allowed to drink a matcha until I reach there. I'm not allowed to do a travel until I reach there. So now, before it was 20%, 20, 20, 20, 20. And that adds up to 100% pleasure, right? Now you take away 20, you take away 20. Now it's three things that are getting you pleasure. So now it's 33, 33, 33. So now you have more fuel to reach your destination.
Right.
Understand?
Interesting. Very interesting.
And the second thing you do is exchanging those things for something that gives you pain. For example, if you wake up at 6 and you hate waking up in the morning, you wake up at 4. Now that's a sacrifice that you are doing. So whenever you want to quit on yourself, you go, but man, the last 69 days I've been waking up 4 in the morning, hating every second of it. Have I done that for nothing? Understand? For example, taking a cold plunge 5 minutes in the morning. It's terrible. Nobody likes that. I hate it. But now I go, man, I've been doing that for the last 3 months. I've been doing that just to fuel this journey. So that means I have suffered for 3 months.
Right.
For nothing because I want to give up now because that thing failed. No, I'm not doing that. Understand?
Absolutely. So this is really a way to wake up the beast inside you,
Exactly.
right? To say like, no matter what, I'm doing this.
No matter what I'm doing because I've given up too much and I've suffered too much.
Yeah. Super interesting. So again, you take this away, and also you have this warrior mentality. I believe we go forward no matter what. You said also underdog mentality.
Yes.
And also I know you have a tattoo, Unbreakable. How does this come together?
Simple. Underdog mentality is just I'm coming from absolutely nothing. I had no chance in the world to make it to where I made it. I didn't believe in myself. Nobody believed in myself. Nobody from where I am coming from made it 5% to where I have made it. So underdog means against all odds. And I love it. I love fighting against the odds. Because the bigger the challenge, the greater the reward. It's simple as that. So that is where my underdog mentality comes from. And Unbreakable is a mindset I have decided to take on. That doesn't matter what happens in life, I will not let it break me. Because to break is a choice. To break is a luxury. And I believe that if you want to achieve something in life, you don't have that luxury of breaking. So it's very simple. No matter what happens, if it doesn't kill me, it won't break me. So that's how I try to analyze every single situation in life. Can I die here? If the answer is no, then there is absolutely nothing to worry about.
Wow.
In the end, there is only one thing to worry about. If you die. Can I die? No. Can my family die? No. Can somebody around me die? No. All right. So whatever happens, it's handleable. Yeah.
When I met you, you said, Michael, so many people are following me and I have no idea really why. And maybe it's because of the apps you said. But I think it's also about this mentality to say, guys, I don't care what I now here do, because if it doesn't break me, I will go forward no matter what and do my thing. And I think that's a good mentality for every entrepreneur to have this
100%.
This discipline, but also the stubbornness sometimes to bring things through. When did you realize you were no longer just a coach, but more a leader of men? And how did you shift this responsibility? Because you had a gym before you were a personal coach, then you were more an entrepreneur, and you said, no, I want to really lead.
I think I realized that when I opened that gym.
In Spain.
I think I realized it there because there was many times where guys came into the gym to do a workout and spent 5 hours in the gym and we just talked.
Wow.
Guys that were broken, that had heartbreaks, that had business failing, that were just in a bad place. And I had so many guys saying to me that, like, if not this place, I would not have survived.
Mm-hmm.
I would not, I don't know how I would have made it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just me coaching them. There was other guys coaching. We had a community. It was a small boutique gym. And I realized that the gym is just a small part of what a brotherhood is. It's just a small part. That is just the battlefield that we choose to fight on, right? But in the end, the brotherhood is what was the important thing. So I've been in gyms all my life, and that was actually the first time I saw a gym that had a brotherhood. So like, if you can't find it, build it. I didn't know that I was building it. I was just building something that represented who I am.
So what does a man need to be really successful?
What does he need to be really successful? Definitely an unbreakable mindset.
Unbreakable mindset, a brotherhood?
A brotherhood.
What exactly would you define as a brotherhood? So really some people who are there for each other no matter what, who you can call 24/7?
That's the ultimate brotherhood. Not everybody gets the chance to have that kind of brotherhood, but you need to have a brotherhood of people that are on the same journey as you, some of them needs to be better than you because they will be your bigger brothers, and some of them need to be worse than you and you will be their bigger brother. So sometimes you need somebody to be able to lift you up when you are not really able to hold yourself up, but you also need sometimes to lift other people up because that empowers you both. When somebody lifts you up, empowers you, and when you lift somebody up, empowers you. So we need to have people we get inspired by, and we need to have people that we inspire.
Right.
So a brotherhood, I remember you asked me a very good question when we had a conversation last time, like, but some people are loners and they just feel they can do everything themselves and they are doing quite good. Mm-hmm. Do you really need a brotherhood? And you remember for sure the answer, I do. You don't need it because there is some really, really strong men that can do everything themselves, but it is very, very helpful because if the road to where you want to be is there, everybody will sometimes fall off that road. Nobody is strong always on their top. And the strong people will find themselves back. But that might take a certain amount of time and a certain amount of failures until you find yourself back on the right road.
Right.
And if you would have a brotherhood, you would not have to go through that. Mm-hmm. Because your brothers will see, hey, you drifting apart. Yeah. I'm back here. This is the line. Understand?
Yeah, 100%.
So brotherhood maybe for some men is not necessary, but for every single man on the planet, it will be beneficial.
For sure, yeah. For me personally, it's like sometimes, I think it's also, I don't want to say the 1%, but it's only for a selected group of people. And I think I respect, of course, all opinions. But for me, it's like when I post sometimes something, or when people know that on a weekend at 5 a.m. I'm going to the gym, they would not call you maybe normal, right? Mm-hmm. So it's also to have a brotherhood who are crazy as you are, crazy as we are, to say, look, this is just the way I like it to be, you know? And I don't want to have it normal, and I don't happy with the status quo from yesterday. I want to improve.
You know about normal. So what's normal for the spider is chaos for the fly.
Interesting. Yeah.
So who defines normal?
Yeah.
And who defines crazy?
Yeah, good point. Interesting. Yeah. So now you had the chance to, also work with some really high performers, for example, Andy Elliott works with you as well. What can you define or see in the people who are really successful versus the people who maybe started with you but could not really finish it?
Unbreakable mentality. That doesn't mean that they can't break, but unbreakable mentality that the breakdown doesn't break me.
Mm-hmm. So falling down is okay, but staying down,
fall down 7, stand up 8. Every single time, get back up.
Yeah.
So failure is not a failure. Failure is just a setback. That's one thing. Second thing is they live their passion. They don't fake it. There is nothing fake there. You have to be all in. You can never make anything great by doing it halfway, mediocre. No, you have to be all in. If you're chasing greatness, you have to be chasing greatness in every single millimeter of your life. You cannot be great in business and then suck in fitness and then suck in relationship and then be good in friendship.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Now, how you do anything is how you do everything. Either you are great,
I like that,
or you are not.
Yeah.
So that's what I've realized with every single successful person. They're just psycho in everything.
Nice.
They just try, and they aren't maybe best, but they are giving the best to be the best in everything
True.
they can.
I like also, the quote from some people to say, let's don't half-ass it. Let's don't do things halfway.
Yes.
Whether you go all in, the time anyhow goes by. When you go to the gym, often people come to me and say, look, I tried to talk to you a long time. But I'm just fully focused.
Exactly.
I'm in my zone.
Yes.
And you better don't take a minute away.
Exactly.
Because this is where I'm. So it's also quite interesting in that.
And that's the mentality. Like if you can be exactly in the moment of what you are doing, and you can force your brain, because this is a skill, you can learn yourself to force your brain to be there, because your brain wants to just escape because it's bored or it's in pain or whatever it can be. If you can force it, like a little kid, take him, you're brushing your teeth, I don't care if you don't like it, you are going to brush those teeth. So if you can take your brain and force it to be in that moment, in every single aspect of your life, you're going to have a richer life than you could ever imagine.
True. Now you had a transformation. What you told us already in different countries. When you would talk to your younger self again, when you were back in Poland, what would you tell yourself before you start this transformation and the businesses?
I would never change anything, absolutely nothing.
Because this makes you to
This
the
has
man
made
you
me.
are today.
I've never had any regret, but I would just tell myself, don't doubt yourself. The people that you are looking up to and alienating, they are just made out of blood, skin, and bone, exactly like you. They not built differently. They are not superhuman. They have just worked harder. That's
nice.
That's, I think, is, if I have to say one thing, that would be this.
How do you also coach men who almost have everything, right? So who have who seem to have the perfect life. How do you go into the pain? You really ask them as well, what are your 5 things, and take 2 things away? Or is this...
That's individual. That's individual. But there is not a man I have met, and I don't believe I will ever meet a man that says to me, I am perfect in everything. Because a person like that is lying to himself, and a person like that never reached out to a coach.
So what is the best role model for someone? Yourself in 10 years?
I don't believe really in role models. Because role model, that means there is an end goal. Right?
Right.
This is where I want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have life goals, life models where you want to, how you want
milestones almost.
But a role model, every single person in the world should have one role model. I want to be better than yesterday until the day I die.
Nice. Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
And a way to that I do it, and how I coach people, is very simple. Every single evening, write down 5 wins and 5 losses of the day.
Wow.
And make sure that they never repeat.
Yeah.
So if you had 5 losses, make sure that these losses never come up on your paper again. Kill them.
Nice. So now looking back also on your business venture, tell us a little bit about your app. So what can we see here?
So in life, is not what you do, is how you do it, right? Yeah. You can have a podcast that nobody will listen to, or you can have a podcast that will go viral and everybody will listen to. It's 2, the same podcast, and they can be even recorded in the same space. So it's never what you do, it's how you do. And the problem with people, why they have a problem getting fit, is because they are doing the right things in the wrong way. And they have tried everything. They have tried different coaches. They have tried different programs. They have tried different nutritions, except the right thing. And no, it is not different for every person. We are exactly the same, every single one of us. If we eat less calories than we burn, we are going to get slim. If we eat more than we burn, we are going to have fat. If you break the muscles down, the muscle is going to grow. Every single person on this planet, man, woman, child. And this is what I preach. So in that app, I focus on teaching people how to do things. So there is programs, but there is instructions. Exactly. Which angles to do, how to think when you train, what to think about in every single exercise.
Nice.
That is what I focus.
Do you see something what's more important, whether you say focus more on the food or more on a routine workout? Or
so this is 2 things you have to split. So you see, food dictates the amount of fat you have. It has nothing to do with the amount of muscles you have. The training dictates the amount of muscles you have. It has nothing with the amount of fat you have. So you can lose all your fat not getting out from bed. So everybody knows how a person looks that's been in coma for 3 months. How does that person look?
Very thin.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no muscles, there's no fat.
Right.
Simple. That person didn't exercise and he lost all the fat he had.
Yeah.
Because he didn't eat. He was just on life support.
Mhm.
So food dictates the fat, training dictates the muscles. And people confuse this.
Mhm.
So they want to eat to get muscles, but train to burn fat.
Right.
And that is the biggest, like they have reversed exactly everything.
Yeah.
So this is the opposite.
One question, what I think is always also important, is of course religion, and how important you think is this in the whole picture. You
Mhm.
talked about belief, about performance, so I think that would be interesting. How do you see
So
that?
the same answer there is the brotherhood.
Mhm.
You can make it without, but
Mhm.
it's just going to be much, much harder. Because having a relationship with God, for me, that's the ultimate brotherhood.
Mhm.
That's even more than brotherhood. That's a fatherhood.
Mhm. Right.
You have a father that knows it all, seen it all, that you can always rely on when it gets hard.
Mhm.
So why not?
True. No, absolutely. Yeah, super interesting. From your cross-border entrepreneurship, Sweden, Poland, Spain, Dubai, what can you see from the different cultures? What did you learn here?
That we are all the same and we have all the same problems everywhere.
I knew that you would say that. That's why I was asking it. I think it's so interesting because, of course, we also build businesses all over the world, and I see similar things. Yeah, at the end, when it comes to the basic, it's very similar or
We
the
are
same.
all the same.
Yeah.
We just want to feel that we had some value on this planet.
Right. And how do you start into a new country? Because you really had it now sometimes when you start fresh in Spain, when you start fresh in Dubai. What was your
Fitness. Fitness is the start of everything. Always.
right?
Always. If
Going to
you're
the
a
gym,
kid,
finding the right business partner, finding the right
everything.
yeah.
Everything starts with fitness. Have you ever had not respect for a person that was fit?
True. Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Have you ever met wrong people in the gym? They might not be the right people for everything.
Yeah.
But for something they will be right.
Yeah.
So fitness is the start. Like if you're a kid that is not feeling well about his life, that don't know what to do with his life, you don't know where to start, where you're going to end up, you don't feel well where you are mentally, just start training.
Yeah. It
fixes 70% of your life's problem.
It's very interesting. I interviewed lots of CEOs, of course, also on the channels, and they always often have a fitness background. Yeah,
Mhm.
whether even professionals, so some were actually already in the Olympics and Olympic medal winners, and then they build very successful businesses. And yeah, my close business partners also are fitness fanatics almost. So interesting.
I mean, there is a very simple explanation for that. We think fitness is something that we do now to look good on a magazine cover.
Mhm.
Nah, that's maybe bodybuilding.
Mhm.
Fitness is not that. Fitness is staying fit. You don't need a six-pack and big muscles to be fit. You can be a
Right.
cyclist, you can be a runner, you can be a swimmer, but you need to be physically capable. Why? How have we survived for all the hundreds of thousands of years that humanity has existed? Would a 200 kg person survive 20,000 years ago?
Probably not. No.
Probably not. He would probably die. Probably
Yeah.
he would not even be able to get 200 kgs overweight.
Yeah.
Physicality is the way we have survived.
Yeah. True.
And now in civilization is the first time in history, and out of the perspective of how long we humans have existed, we are on 0.0000001% in civilization. And now we think this thing doesn't matter. That's all that matters. The only thing that didn't matter for the whole evolution is our feelings and emotions.
Oh yeah. So what do we see from you in the future? What is still
I
your
want
plans?
to make every single man on this planet great.
Mhm.
That's my number one goal.
Wow, big
I want to
vision.
make every single man understand that his life is just where it is because of who he is. So I want to empower every single man. Number two, I want to start making the world understand that you have to start with the children.
Mhm.
Because, for example, most countries don't allow children to go to the gym until they are 18. What
Okay.
kind of craziness is that?
Yeah.
So you see, people think that training is something you start as an adult. Training is something you start the second you're born. When a child takes his first breath, that's a training, that's a rep.
Right.
That's the first time his muscles have moved.
Yeah.
When a child moves his hand, that's a rep. So we are born to train.
Wow. Yeah.
That's the way we survive.
Very interesting. Rafa, thank you so much
Thank you, brother.
for this insight. Thank you. Before you go, a quick note to all the entrepreneurial listeners out there. If you're looking for a reliable and efficient way to scale your online business and payments, I highly recommend checking out CopeCart.com. It's designed to streamline your processes from payment processing to customer management, all in one platform. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to scale up, CopeCart provides the tools you need to succeed. Visit CopeCart.com today and see how it can transform your business operations. Dive in and start optimizing your sales processes now.